got 3 nominations for the Academy of Country Music Awards. You got the top new female vocalist, album. Where were you when you heard the news about
I know. I was, oh my gosh, it was like 6 a.m. It was very early. One of those really early shows.
There you go.
And completely in my parents' bed with them like curled up, like so nervous, like, you know, I hope I get nominated for one, and I got nominated for 3, which absolutely freaked me out. We were jumping up and down screaming, and you know, the album of the year thing is really what freaked me out. Also, female vocalist of the year.
Yeah, to be in both categories is rather unusual, to be in the new female and in the female category.
It's really, really exciting.
What are you going to do if you win both?
I'm not going to win both.
Well, you win all 3. Well, I mean, when I say both, I mean you could certainly.
Well, I don't know. Like, I try to really be realistic about stuff like that, and you know, award shows are really unpredictable. And you know, it would be cool to win like top new female vocalist or something like that. It's like I'm not going to cry if I don't. I would most certainly cry if I did, out of happiness. But like, album of the year would mean so much to me, just because, you know, I wrote every song on this album, and, you know, my producer was a demo producer before he made my album. It was his first album he ever made. And, you know, all the people who played on the record and, you know, all of my co-writers, it's like that would be for them, and they would be able to really, really take ownership, and that would be a really wonderful thing.
There's a connection, and I don't recall when there's been one where the 3 of the nominees have been quite as close and know as much about each other as you and Kelly and Sarah do.
Me and Kelly are best friends. I love her so much.
She's older by 3 years, but says that you're the big sister.
She says that all the time.
Yeah.
And like, Kelly, you know, sometimes she'll make a grammatical error, but she's wise. You know, there's a difference in being, you know, the whole like grammar thing and then wisdom, because she's given me some of the best advice that I've ever gotten, you know, and she's been one of the best friends I've ever had, and she's like the sister that I never had. So like, I don't know, just when I see her succeed, it makes me so happy. It's like, I want to be here 20 years from now. I want Kelly to be there, right there with me, so that I can have a best friend through it all. Kelly has been through so much for 21 years of age. She has, you know, she has had to grow up by herself. And that is something that I did not have to experience. She's over my shoulder saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't make this mistake, I made that mistake, don't do that. Like, she's so hilarious, so just absolutely honest about everything, will not leave any detail out of a story. And, you know, she's the one, honestly, like, she's like a sister to me. Like, I've always had really strong morals. I'm not about to drink. I'm not about to go party or whatever. But like, the fact that I have a really, really strong influence right there over my shoulder going, if you drink, girl, I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
And
that's what Kelly says to me. And it's like, I love her for that. She's amazing.
And somehow you know she would.
Yeah. She wouldn't kill me. She'd get on the phone, Tater, what are you doing? I heard you were at a club last night. What are you doing? That's what she would do.
Sarah Buxton, you guys toured in the early days of your career together.
Yeah, Sarah and I literally, our singles came out like a week apart, our first singles. Tim McGraw came out and she had a song called Innocence that was her first single. And so we were like, there are always a few artists that you're in that group of people that came out exactly at the same time, and you see them at every radio concert, you see them at every single stop, and every single time you're talking on the radio, they're like, oh, so-and-so was just here. And Sarah was in that group with me. So it was really cool to get to know her through that, and just, you know, we had written way back when I was like 15, so we already knew each other, and just seeing her success as a songwriter is just really cool.
What would you be doing were you not doing this? Where would Taylor Swift be in her life if it hadn't happened?
Oh,
or if you were still waiting for it? Would you be in college? Would you be...
I would be in college, yeah, definitely.
Pursuing what?
I don't know. Part of me thinks that I would be in criminal justice on, like, you know, more of a forensic side of things. Not this, you know, the carry a gun side of things, because that would be really, I'm scared of everything. Like, I totally am afraid of everything. I'm obsessed with CSI, the show, but it's because I'm so scared of like the whole criminal investigative thing. But I'm fascinated by it at the same time. So that's kind of a strange little.
So the science of it's what.
Yeah, I really like the science of it.
Okay.
Interior design, I really love. Anything that has to do with art, I would totally be into.
CSI, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Where do these thoughts, these random thoughts that become songs, where do you put them? Where do you keep a notepad? Do you, I know you're quite the technology chick as it relates to texting, and is that the way you do it? Right?
It depends on when a song hits me. You know, the idea for my song Tim McGraw hit me in math class. Teardrops on my guitar. On my way home from school, I was just like, oh my God. You know, I got this idea in my head. And, you know, sometimes if I'm around my guitar, I'll write it really fast. Like my song, Our Song, I wrote in 20 minutes. Literally just got this idea of a song that was sort of like a story but was more conversational in the verse, and I just started like ad-libbing it. And then I had to go back and remember everything that I said, and it took like 4 run-throughs to write that song. I don't ever want to put out an album that was like my personal album, like that you know, no one can relate to, but I personally can relate to.